have to be in front of Kyle to actually get to know that vibe that you get from it's too fresh, man, too fucking cool. And the way that you express the words that you use, man, I fall into a trance just by fucking hearing you, man. I don't know if you do it on purpose or it just comes natural to you now, that the way that you
a little bit of both.
Damn, man. So I have a lot of respect for you.
Thank you, brother.
In so many words.
And as far as you, as far as style and image and whatnot, I when talking about you, I don't just say style, because I know it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's image inside and outside, and that's why when it came to this topic that we're going to be talking about today, I was like, oh, there's nobody I'd really rather do this with. You know what I mean? Because it's going to make complete sense.
Man, I love that. So for the people that are here, I'm gonna do this, man, because I want a lot of people in here. So if you share this shit, I'm willing to give you one of my books for free. So share this live stream, and I'm gonna pick one random person that shares the live stream. I'm gonna give for free one of my books, whichever book that you want. I have 4 books, and so share this, and then after we're done, I'll pick randomly the person that shared it, and I'll give you one of my books, man, because a lot of people need to hear this. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I got I'm drinking the blood of my enemies.
Yeah.
So how
today,
just to get the vibe of the Halloween talk.
And today's the Day of the Dead, right?
Yeah, today is the day. Actually, in Mexico, it's the first one is the Day of the Dead, but for the children. After tomorrow, the grown-ups come.
Okay, cool.
It's a very good opportunity to contact if you are into channeling, if you are into the occult and all that. It's so the energy, man. I can just feel it, man.
Beautiful.
A lot of good energy to do sorcery, occult, and all that, man. If you are into that shit.
Yeah. All right, well, it's 6:07. Now it looks like we have a few people on, so I'm ready to break whenever you are. If you want to share a little more, but either way, there'll be a recorded version of this.
Yeah. Let's get started, man. Let's get started. So welcome everyone, and welcome you, my brother Kyle. Thank you for being here. I've been wanting to do a talk with you, and you've been wanting to do a talk with me also. For those that don't know me, I'm an image consultant or an imagologist. That's the proper definition of who I am. And well, I'll let Kyle introduce himself. I have a lot of respect for you, man. Just like I said, I love your vibe, and beyond your vibe, just the way you carry yourself. And let's talk, man. So I'll pass it on to you so you can introduce yourself and whatnot.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you. I'm a certified hypnotherapist located out in Los Angeles. And for me, what I do is I help clients make shifts in their mind. And by that meaning is there's so many thoughts that we have that we take with us. And a lot of them are conscious, but the conscious mind has very little bit to do with our actual life, like how we live. Yeah. It's the subconscious. It's the things that we're not even aware of, the memories that we're not even aware of that totally shape our life and who we represent to the world. Our image, our inner image and our outer image. And so what I do is I help clients take the image that they have in their mind of what they want to show the world and make that real to them. Because if it's not real here, it's not going to be real out there. And so that's what I do in a brief little description. Yeah.
Love it. I'm already in a trance, man. Shit. I love the way you express yourself, man. I fucking love it. So
thank you, brother.
Today's talk, we shared that we agreed that we were going to talk about genuine expression, right?
Yes.
And I remember that you said something that resonated with me a lot, and talked about it in the events that how we met each other in events of Mirage and Beats and all of them, and we've discussed this before. The idea that you only get one chance in the entire year to truly be whoever you want to be, right? That you only get one chance in the year to be free and to be wild and to express your wildest dreams and to become the most darkest thing or the most purest thing. You know, you can be you can be a demon. You can be basically whatever you want to become, right? And this idea that you only get one chance once in a year, you know, I think there's no other way to. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I find it pathetic, man. I find it pathetic.
Absolutely, I find it insane.
Yeah.
It's sanity, you know, when you really break it down, because, like, you know, we talked about yesterday, so many people dressed up, whatever they dressed up as, light, dark, whatever.
Yeah.
But how they went out was with confidence. The same person that is shy every other day of the year, or is much more reserved, they let it out. Women are much more confident in their sensuality, as I'm sure you probably saw, which is always nice. But, you know, where is that same expression all year long? You know, guys go out and dress and are more fun and just kind of let loose, and the vibe going out is so much different. And I see that people's interactions with each other are so much almost more pure because they're expressing themselves fully on that day. Why not each and every day, 24/7, 365? You know.
Yeah, it's I totally relate to that, man. I mean, I don't understand why people think that they only get one chance out of everything. Talking about genuine expression, they think that they can only express themselves truly when it's their birthday, when it's New Year's Eve, when it's holidays, even with themselves. But also I see this pattern repeated all over again. I see them that maybe you want to talk to one of your parents, right? And you have not talked to your mother in fucking years. But then comes the holidays, right? Yeah. And you all of a sudden you think that you have that one chance on the holidays or your birthday, the birthday of someone. It's your only chance to express your love or appreciation to that person. And I don't get, I agree with what you said. I think it's insane. It's literally insane. So you need to first, before you, I mean, I don't want to say that it is wrong to do it, because I'm not here to pass on judgment like I know that I'm the god of style, but fuck. You know, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, it's completely wrong. If that works for you, that's okay. If you wanna dress yourself in costumes, that's okay, man. You know, I think that's okay if you want to do it. But, and this is a big but, you need to make a conscious choice. A conscious choice. Once you reach a certain level of enhanced perception, or once you reach a level of understanding, then you can say, okay, I'm not doing this because of you know, a way. My English sucks, but I believe that people dress themselves in costumes, especially in Halloween. It's a way of escaping their shitty reality, right? It's a way of escaping and letting that the pressure go. Like, oh man, every day I need to dress myself in a suit, and I fucking hate wearing a suit. But today is Halloween. Today I can be whatever the fuck I want to be, and they lose themselves, or in quotes, they feel so free that they can do whatever they want. And once you reach a certain level of understanding of yourself, you can start progressively expressing yourself. I'm gonna end up this, and I'll pass it on to you, brother. Yeah. Because I want to know your insights on this. I see this happening all of the time, especially me being an image consultant. They understand, right? They have an understanding that, okay, I can be whoever I want to be. I can be whoever I want. So I'm just going to be myself, in quotes. I'm just going to be myself. And then, you know, they go so fucking wild. They go all to the other, and there's no balance in it. So first they were like the business guy wearing their suits, and then they're like, fuck, I hate it. I hate the suits. And now they become a completely fucking, you know, like a buffoon. They go crazy. And me, especially as an image consultant, I know that there are steps to follow. Steps to express your uniqueness, express your essence through calibration. So I'll pass it on to you. I'm going to kind of go off of some things you said, because, you know,
very important to kind of come from certain things. So basically, when you talk about the costume, right? People consider wearing a costume on Halloween, but truth be told, I'm wearing a costume right now. You're wearing a costume right now. Because truth be told, our naked body, when you look at yourself in the mirror, butt naked, that's you. That is you. And everything else that you put on is a costume. Yeah. And you are expressing yourself to the world. And you're expressing who it is that you want them to see. Yeah. And then, you know, and you brought up a beautiful point of art as being yourself. And this is kind of getting a little deep. Yeah. But, you know, you have to really ask yourself the question, well, who is that? Who is this self? You know, and it kind of going off from the mind, you know, the subconscious mind, you know, because consciously we may think we know who we are, we're being ourselves, but there's so much there that's been given to us by our parents, by our society, by our teachers, by our friends. They almost tell us who it is that we are. Yeah. And so really, you know, to kind of get to the point where you can kind of finally be able to get some resemblance of who it is that you are, you have to let it all go. Just everything, every thought, every belief, you just let it all go. And then you start to look, okay, well, who is it that I really want to be? And then from there, all right, so how do you want to feel inside? And then how do you want to display that to the world? Because how you feel inside is going to affect how the outside world is going to be for you. And so what's the costume that you're going to wear? And like you said, yeah, I mean, I imagine that someone's not going to dress up like Frankenstein all year long, right? Unless they wanted to. I mean, there's nothing necessarily inherently wrong with that, but I don't know if that's the lifestyle that you want to live. But basically, having the inner feeling of every day, it doesn't matter if, however you want to display yourself, there's nothing holding you back, you know. And there may be different times, like perhaps you might not dress the same way going to you know, grandmother's birthday party. You know, you might, you know, there's always time and calibration. Yeah. But still knowing that it's a choice that you're making, and that when you want to express yourself the way you want to express yourself in this very limited amount of time that we have on this planet, you will do it. You know, real quick, you know, it came to me that you know, it is the Day of the Dead, and you know, in my place, which is like my sanctuary, I have a lot of skulls around, yeah. And I know that you do too, yeah. And for me, it's not out of morbidness or anything like that. It's a beautiful reminder of our mortality, that we're not here forever. Our time is very limited. And it almost seems as the older we get, the faster time seems to go. And it's like, where does it go? And it just goes, you know? But knowing that and having awareness of that, you have to make the decision, or at least I hope you make the decision, that you're going to begin to truly live life on your terms and express yourself as genuinely as you can, because nobody, you and everyone watching and who watches later, no one can do you like you. So just make sure that you are doing you the whole way through. Yeah, that's what I have to say on that.
Man, boom, that's phenomenal. Just a quick reminder for everyone that is here, if you share this live stream right now, later on, as we finish, I'm going to pick someone randomly, and I will give them one of my books for free. All right, so share this live stream right now, and you will get one of my books for free. So, yeah, man, you know, I totally agree with what you said, and I think that you just nailed it right there, that you must first come to the realization that you have a body, and you have a mortal body. So first become, in quotes, comfortable with the image that you see in front of the mirror. I have a very powerful exercise, if you may call it like that, where you look at yourself for 15 minutes in the middle of your eyebrows, and then it will start to happen. I don't want to add too much because I don't want to change your experience, but maybe your idea of you will shift, because this actually has to do with one of my latest products that I'm putting together. It's going to be released 25 of November. Okay. Beyond the Body and the Mind. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna absolutely love it.
I love the name.
Even the name of the product. So Beyond the Body and the Mind. Talking just a little bit about it. Just a sprinkle.
Yeah.
First, I mean, the idea of your body and your mortality, I love it, because yes, you have certain senses, and you have certain perceptions that this wonderful superior machine has. And you first need to understand that. It's like trying to use a computer not knowing where the keyboard is. how the fuck can you be able to use that computer when you don't even know how to use it, where the keyboard is, how to type in the commands? So that's the first step. Learn to realize who is the one who is carrying this body, or what is your external and earthly representation of you. If you I don't want to get too deep into that because that's why I'm making a product.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you look at yourself in the mirror, you acknowledge yourself, right? Because for some reason you're always looking for acknowledgement outside of yourself. You're always looking for that, especially if you're a woman and you know it to be true. I mean, you know this is true, girl. It's that you're always looking for that. Oh, do I look fat? Do I look okay? Does my ass look good on this? You already know the answer. Each and every one of you already know if you are a little bit fat, if you are thin, if you're strong, whatever. If you do not know, which is sadly, the majority of people don't even know, they're not even in control of their own body, which is very hard to say, but I'm not for those guys. I'm not for those people. I'm talking for the people that are on a higher level. You are aware of your body, and by virtue of that being true, you take control of your body. You start saying, okay, I can go to the gym, I can start eating this, I can start eating that, I can stop drinking wine or start drinking wine, and this will happen. And if I drink water every day, this will happen. And if I eat shit every day, this will happen. And if I stop eating, what will happen? You get control of your body. Then you move into the next step, which is the mind. And that's, maybe you probably know more of the mind and the subconscious mind than me. So I want to know your insights on this. You go to the next level, which is the mind, where you become conscious that there's something higher than the body, like the next step, and you start commanding and taking control of the mind. With that, you start choosing who you want to become. Instead of being, okay, why am I a Mexican? Is it because I was simply born here, or because I am embracing the culture? Now, I'm getting too deep into this shit, but in your mind, you are, every single day, you are being thrown at, your mind is being thrown a lot of information all of the time, all of the time. And maybe subconsciously, you are retaining some information that is not even yours.
Absolutely.
So if you're in control first get good at this, all right? First get good at your body. Then move at your mind and start saying, okay, maybe I don't want to be a Christian. Maybe I don't want to live in Mexico. Maybe I don't want to live over here. Maybe I don't want to be this. Maybe I don't want. Of course, there's some limitations to it. Maybe if I say that I want to become tall, blonde, and blue-eyed, that's going to be fucking difficult, right? I mean, we're talking about logical here. Logic things. So then with your mind, you start making conscious choices about who you want to be without looking for the same validation of when you're like, does these jeans look good on me? It's the same thing with your mind. It's not that I need the Halloween, I need the costume to feel free. I need the costume to be who I want to be. No, you consciously make the decision, okay, this is who I want to become. This is the self-image that I want to portray. This is the identity. Picture yourself like a video game. It's like you're choosing the avatar, all right? You're choosing the superhero of the video game. You can consciously choose it. And with that comes, of course, certain characteristics, certain traits, certain things, all right, that you will embody in the mind, and of course, on the outside too, because as within, so without, but as without, so within, all right. And then, just lastly, and then I'll pass it on to you, my brother, is beyond that. You may call it the spirit. I don't even call it the spirit, but maybe you call it the spirit, right? Beyond the body and beyond the mind, you might start realizing that for some reason you feel like a part of life. You feel a part of the existence. And that is where you're fucking yourself up. Because you are not a part of the existence. Or maybe you are. And that's why you are floating around and you're just improvising your life. And you are, you're just moving around with the flow. And okay, today's Halloween. Oh man, I'm gonna, woo, yeah, shit. Man, fucking ghost, man. And then tomorrow, and then holidays, I'm like, oh, it's all about love. And no. When you come to the realization beyond the body and the mind, you start becoming a source of existence, not a part of existence. You become a source of existence. You are no longer just a part of the universe or the existence or whatever you want to call it. You become a source. And by you becoming a source, then you consciously, truly have some sort of control over your reality.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
That's
beautifully said. Beautifully said, brother. I love it. You know, and I loved how you say you are not just a part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you're in this universe, but you are it. You are it. You know what I mean? And literally, I mean, granted, not to take it too deep, but in a sense, it's like I am you, and you are I. We are all this. It's it.
Yeah, I understand.
And to get to the point where you realize that you are the universe representing itself in a particularly beautiful and individualized way. When you know that it's no longer even a matter of choice. It just is. It's just expression. Just express. Because what else is there to do? You know, the sun doesn't try to shine. It's just shining. You know, it's just shining itself constantly, you know, and you know, it's not trying. It just does. So when you awaken, don't try to be you. Just be. Just be.
I love it.
And it's part of that process where the doors begin to open. To kind of go off of what you were talking about, the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, they are absolutely disconnected in this form. You know, you know that when you begin to start working on your body, your mind shifts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you feel more confident, but you're something's going on within you. You begin to carry yourself differently. The more healthier you get, and the more you put some, you know, emphasis on how you look physically, things begin to change mentally. And what's funny is even when you begin to change mentally, eventually you're going to say, your mind's going to get to the point, all right, my body is important.
Yeah.
I need to put some emphasis there. So it's like when you work on one, the other begins to follow. And as you work on the mind and the body, there becomes a spiritual sense that happens, and not in any way talking about religion, but just this feeling of connectedness with the universe, and knowing that we are more than just this pure physical body, much more. And when you become that awareness comes over you. You begin to live life differently. You begin to live life genuinely and express that each and every day. You know, and it's not just October 31st. And like you said, yeah, you know, Christmas and the holidays, and we have Thanksgiving coming up, which is, you know, the American holiday, where people decide that day that they'll feel gratitude, and families get together and they take that day to show their love and their care and whatnot. But then they go off, and maybe you'll see them again on Christmas, and then you'll see them again on the birthdays. But there's so many gaps. Listen, if you want to connect, and listen, time is not infinite, not in this form. Like one day you're here, one day you're gone.
Yeah.
So you don't even know. Oh, I'll see them on Thanksgiving. Maybe you will, or maybe you won't see the next day. Yeah. No one knows. You know, that's one thing. No one knows. So take the moment, which is all there ever is. That's it. Yeah. This moment. And guess what? This moment is gone, and now it's gone, and now it's gone. You know what I mean? So all you can do is take the moment that you're in and decide what you want to do with that. So if there's a phone call you want to make to someone that maybe you feel like you need to make that phone call to, make it. If there's something that you want to say to someone, or just a way that you want to express to the world this time, do it. Because that's the beautiful thing, knowing that time is not forever. So it puts the healthy pressure on you to make the decisions that you need to make this life the best life. And one more thing, kind of going off before I pass it back off to you.
Yeah.
Is the idea of, you know, the video game and the character. And we're all playing characters. Yeah. But what's crazy, another thing that I find insane is that and I know how, because I've been there before, but now it's like, how can we live a life and not be the #1 ultimate hero, superhero, badass in our own life? Like we look at Superman and Batman, and we'll look at these movie stars that are really cool, and it's great to see these characters, and they can help, you know, those seeing characters like that can help us. But why we make ourselves that awesome character? Think about what the ultimate character is in your life and create that, because it's your life. Make sure that your story is the absolute best story for you. You know what I mean? It baffles my mind, because it's your life, it's your story. So why wouldn't your story be the most mythical, adventurous, awesome story you can imagine? So yeah, let me pass it back off to you.
Wow, man, we're sharing a lot of value right now. Just to bring it back again into the Halloween and the customs. Sure, you know everything you just heard, guys. And just a quick reminder, if you share this live stream, I'm going to pick someone randomly when we end this, and I will send you one of my books for free. So share it. So after you understand everything that we just said, the body, the mind, and the subconscious, we just shared a lot of information. What he just said is phenomenal. Take that, and I love the way that you talked about the character. Why don't you become the main character of your movie, of your life movie? You know, it's like you're leaving the secondary part of your movie, of your life's movie, right? Picture your life as a movie, as a film. And instead of you being the main character, you are like the secondary. So for some people, they're not even in the movie. They're just like part of the crowd. And how do you do that? Well, by applying everything that we just said, by working on your body, by working on your mind, and then by working with something higher. So my idea, and I know that you will understand this because that's what you just basically said to me when we were chatting prior to the talk. When you choose your costume, when you choose your character to the Halloween, you embrace certain characteristics or the characteristics of that costume, right? If you are a murderer, it's not that you are a murderer, but you embrace that characteristics and you make weird noises. I'll kill you, bitch. And, oh, Timmy, did you just say that? Oh, okay, I'm wearing a costume. For some reason, you allow yourself to genuinely express yourself. Maybe you want to say that. Maybe you just want to think, what if I kill my neighbor because I fucking killed him? Oh, today I am the fucking chainsaw massacre, whatever, you know, whatever you choose or whoever you choose. My perspective of this is picture your life and everyday's life randomly. Do not wait until one specific great day or special day, in quotes. Why don't you just pick your costume every day? Because like you said, the clothes that you wear that you put on, every time that you wake up in the morning, you should not be saying, oh, what am I gonna wear, man? Am I gonna look okay? Is people going to accept me? Is my boss going to accept me and validate me because I look okay? No, instead of that, let me give you a piece of good information, a golden nugget. Instead of asking what to wear, ask yourself, what do I want to communicate? Because that's basically what it is. It's communication. So ask yourself, in the same way that you're choosing your costume for the Halloween party, you're like, what do I want to be this year? Man, last year I was a fucking pirate. Now this year I want to be a unicorn. Fuck, let's be a unicorn. And then next year I'm going to be... In the same way, in every day, you know, in your entire life, with everyday's life, you know, like random days, you must do the same thing. What do you want to communicate? What do you need to communicate, which is more important, based on your audience and all that? What do you need to communicate, and what do you want to communicate? With that, when you see your wardrobe, instead of looking at it as part of your job or just being a random piece of shit, I cuss a lot. You already know that, brother. Instead of being a random average guy or girl, you choose consciously. Just in the same way that you're choosing your character for the Halloween party, your costume. You choose it like, okay, I want to be this. Today I'm going to communicate this. Today I need to communicate this because I'm going to do a live stream. Or blah, 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 blah. But coming from the essence, not from the outside validation. Because I'll end it up on this and I'll pass it on to you. even in Halloween parties, in Halloween costume parties, I see people choosing their characters based on the outside, based on how they're going to be. Oh man, I'm gonna get all I'm gonna get all the applauses and shit because, you know, this is the shit. I'm gonna look cool. I'm gonna be the coolest guy on the party. Come on, man. Do you want to be a pirate? No, I fucking hate pirates, but it's the shit, you know. It's what's trendy this Halloween, you know. It's like I want to be Jack Sparrow. To me, that's insane. Also, I'm like, what the fuck, man? If you don't even like pirates, then why the fuck would you dress yourself as a pirate just because it's perceived as a trend or cool?
Yeah.
Well, you're doing the same thing in your in your everyday's life, right? Like you're doing that. You're getting that suit just because it's socially accepted. Maybe you don't want to wear a suit. I'm completely okay with that. You can wear whatever you want to wear, and you can do whatever you want to do as long as you are genuinely expressing yourself, as long as it's coming from your essence. And of course, as an image consultant, I have to say it, as long as you're calibrating yourself, you have to know how to calibrate, because it's not about just shouting, you know. It's like you don't go outside and start shouting to people like, "Ah, motherfuckers!" Your clothes or your customs are another form of communication. You are communicating something without speaking. So you don't want to shout, or maybe you do. Depends on your essence. It's entirely on your essence. So yeah, man, get conscious about the costume that you're wearing every day and choose it wisely, consciously, and you make the choice. Don't outside make that choice. Don't wait until that Halloween fucking costume party. Picture your life as every day is a special day. Every day you're wearing a costume. Every day you can get away with the craziness that you want to do on a Halloween party. Every day you can get away with the love that you want to share on Thanksgiving. It's entirely up to you, not to some random day. I'll pass it to you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. And you know, like you said, you do choose your costume, but it is not even necessarily always about what you're wearing. It's how you wear it.
Yeah.
It's how you wear it. And it's who you're being during that process of wearing it. You know, for me, I have piercings, tattoos, and whatnot, but they're just how I express myself, and I wear it very confidently because it's my character, right? It's who I am. And so I work with clients that some have been more on the reserved side, right, where they may not have seen themselves working with someone that is you know, tattooed, pierced, you know, and whatnot. But at the same time, once the conversation begins, that's not even thought about anymore. It's gone. You know what I mean? Because it's not, the costume doesn't make you. You make the costume. But at the same time, the first thing people see is the costume. You know what I mean? You know, then you can talk to them. But the first thing they see, well, one is the costume and how you wear it.
Yeah.
And we talked about it before, how you know, communication is hypnosis in a sense.
No.
You know, people go into trance when you communicate. People are given suggestion, because that's what hypnosis is, the power of suggestions. People are taking in the suggestion that you're giving when they see the outfit, the costume that you wear each and every day. So, like we're basically saying, is consciously make the choice of the suggestion as the hypnotist in your life.
Love it.
Make the conscious choice of the suggestions that you'd like to give out to the world, and make it a powerful one. Yeah. Make it a cool one. Just make it something that you like, you know. Yeah. And if maybe some people on here have a job where they have to wear a uniform. Well, okay, I understand that. That's cool. But what can you do? I'm sure there's a beautifully subtle way that you would still be being you while wearing a costume, and no one is doing it the way that you do it. And because you do it so confidently, no one even thinks, because it's just natural, because it's you. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, man, the way you talk, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, so true. You know, it's with every time these questions, I get asked this a lot. Like, hey, bro, but you know, you only work with suits, and you're only about fashion. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up, all right? You don't even know what imagology is, so shut the fuck up. Watch all of my goddamn videos, and if you don't like it, then That's okay. I'm not for you. But if you apply yourself into the imagology, which is a science, basically a science that studies image. And what is image? It's not fashion. I mean, it's deeper than that. It's not fashion. Image is not fashion. I can go on and on and on and on, but you know, just for the purpose of this talk, let's call it perception. Let's call it perception and communication. So, fuck, you're basically choosing, through imagology, you're choosing how do you want to be perceived. You're learning to control perception. And by learning to control perception, you're basically learning to control your own reality. And that's some deep shit. It's not about fashion. So snap out of this idea, of this GQ idea that it's all about, you know, our suits are perceived as, you know, no, I like wearing suits, but that's me. It's not big. I actually, in all the time that we have encountered ourselves, how many times have you watched me giving fashion advice on someone, saying to someone, actually, wear this, wear that?
No, you talk to them. You find out you find out how they truly want to express themselves, and then get them to the point where they can pick out the perfect costume for them that they would truly look good in, because it's them, you know, which is different. Yeah.
And I know that you're I'll pass it on to you after this, Mika, because I'm talking about like the conscious mind, and then you know about the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, you know what's on the top. There's systematic ways. There's system. This is why my brand and my company is called Style Systems, because systematically you can learn ways to communicate who you are, basically your essence. So maybe if you have a job where you need to wear a suit every day, there are ways that you can communicate and express genuinely yourself, but through details. Excellence is found in little details. And it's where you get more creative. It's where you get more, you know, like, it's when you are tasting a wine, it's not about just the fruit, you know, the grapes. It's about the little details that are there. Oh, this is kind of, you know, kind of, I don't know how to say it in English, man, but kind of spice,
earth,
kind of sweet, blah, blah, blah. It's the details. It's the layers in your outfit, the layers in your essence. There's a bunch of fucking layers. And absolutely, you can get to communicate who you are, where people subconsciously, this is why I love about imagology, subconsciously they will get it. They will understand the suggestions that you're making, just like my brother said. You are suggesting who you are, or you are saying who you are. But you can do it with class. You can do it subtly, you know? You don't have to shout. You can do it subtly and communicate through details. Now, I want to ask you something, because I know this is what I encounter a lot. The mind blocks or the subconscious blocks that people have. That's why before I get into the custom, I work a lot with, you know, know yourself. How do you want to be from the inside first? And then I encounter a lot of blocks subconsciously, like, oh, I want to be this, but, you know, is it acceptable? Or, you know, and then I start getting into the layers, and all of a sudden I see that they have a fucking mom problem or something deeper or something, you know. They have a lot of, you guys have a lot of blocks in your mind. So before you get to choose outside, you need to work with my man here on the subconscious mind. What's going on the image on the inside, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and they're blocks that we've all gone through. I mean, we're human beings on this planet Earth, so it ain't like, you know, it's a part of the game. But the beautiful part of the game is, you know, where do you become of those blocks, and how much effort, time, energy, and passion do you put in help removing those blocks? And that's what this work is all about, is removing those mental blocks, those barriers that stop you from living your life, because you only have one life to live, and nobody can do you better than you. So do it. But it is a process. I know that, but it's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful journey. You know, you had mentioned one thing I love that you said about how people wear costumes, and I mean, on that one day where they think they can express themselves, they're not even really expressing themselves. You know, what was it, like 2 years ago? I don't know, it was probably a few years ago, but everybody You remember? Yeah, no, this was years ago. See how fast time goes by. But I remember when everybody was Heath Ledger Joker. Everybody was Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is a great character, but I'm thinking everybody's in the Heath Ledger. Everybody, you know, and I mean, and what I think this year was Pennywise from It. You know, it's just cool. You know, but it's just, you know, those are just fads, you know, and you're taking away from. I mean, if you want to dress up like Pennywise or the Joker or whatever, just okay, but just make sure that you're doing it not to impress anybody, because it's when you're out there trying to impress people, first off, you're not. You're really not, because it can be felt. It's the energy, and the most important person you want to impress is the person that you look at in the mirror. Be impressed with that person because they lived how they wanted to live. And then kind of going off of one thing you said is, yeah, it's not about screaming, this is me, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is me. Because the person that's screaming the loudest, this is who they are, is the person that really needs to look deep and find out who they are. Because who you are doesn't need to scream it. Who you are just is. Just is. And that will be expressed into the world. And people will feel it. You know, the strongest words at times are said in a whisper. Oof. Not in a yell.
I love that. And you know what? You've seen that. You have actually witnessed that. I know that probably you get a lot of looks because of the way that you project yourself, right? You have that energy, first of all, right? Let's talk about energy. You have that. I got to walk down. You know that you gotta look at Kyle, and then you know you have tattoos. You have your piercings, and then you wear black, and you're like this elegant, like very, you know, I don't know, man, like even some darky shit over there, and I love it, man. But people are drawn to you, you know. I see them. But we have this idea that that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm shattering these myths of fashion or image, of beauty, of perception about the physical, right? I'm shattering all of this because I get the same level of looks if I'm right next to you, if I'm right next to one of my other brothers, one of our friends, Brian, for example. He's with his Lamborghini. I get the same fucking amounts that he gets on his Lamborghini. And you know, it's not that I'm, you know, I'm the shit. No. What I'm trying to teach you right here is that you don't need to get something specific, right? You don't need to get tattooed. You don't need to get pierced. You don't need to get a car. You don't need all of that to get the looks. I'm wearing a suit. Supposedly, I look like the average motherfucker, right? Because everyone is wearing a suit. But you just watch me in person and everyone will look at me. Everyone. Just today, I was wearing my pink suit, right? That's just a fucking, a sprinkle of example that you can be whoever you want to be without, you know, I love attention. I'm not going to fucking deny it. I love people looking at me. At first, I was, you know, when you first begin, you feel kind of uncomfortable. But then I just embrace it. And I'm like, shit, yeah, I love it. And you wouldn't realize that an image consultant and someone that dresses up fashionably would get all of these looks, but not. It's like looks of the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like I feel like people look at me when like people look others that have a lot of tattoos. You know, like. They feel a little bit intimidated, right? When you see someone who is all pierced and all tattooed, they're like, oh shit. And I get the same responses. So there's no difference. Whatever you want to accomplish, it's all about the layers. It's all about if you are expressing yourself genuinely, that communication will get transmitted. But you can do it in different ways. It's like learning different languages. I'm speaking English right now, but we can speak Spanish, bro, or we can speak Italian, or we can speak German. I don't know. Yeah. It's just a different language, but the message will be the same. So whether you want to pierce yourself, do it consciously. Whether you want to wear a costume, do it consciously. Whether you want to wear a suit, do it consciously. Whether you want to dress yourself like a woman, do it consciously. Whatever it is you want to do, learn the message that you want to communicate, and then consciously communicate it with some system, right? With some system.
Yeah, and you know, kind of listen to you speak. I understand completely. I like attention as well, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But you know, some people would say that's cocky or that's arrogant. Okay. And no, because it's who you're being during the process, and I know that you can agree. It's the fact that we understand, and I hope that others begin to understand as well, or already understand that this is it, and this is our life, and this is our chance to express ourselves. Why would I want to walk into a room and not be noticed? Why would I want that? I should be noticed. I am the universe representing itself in this form. So I will be noticed. I will be. But that noticing, when we interact, and this is the difference, when we interact with others, we leave others feeling more powerful, more enlightened, more empowered. That's it. That's the difference. Because, yes, I will be noticed, but it ain't just about me. It ain't just about me. I'm gonna leave you better than when you got here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about. Luciferian. That's my website, luciferian.com, and Luciferian is a philosophy that I have. Lux fere, Latin, for light bringer, bearer of light. And I believe that we all have light within us to bear. It's just about getting to the point where we let it express itself. And I kind of wanted to do some mental exercises. So if you don't mind doing that,
of course, man.
But for those watching or will watch, just imagine that you have this light inside. Maybe it's here, maybe it's here, wherever. Just find it in your body that you have this light, right? And notice, just right now, notice how bright is it? Is it the light brightness? Is it shining super bright? I mean, how bright is your light? And notice that. And when you have the level of brightness that it's at there in your mind, double it. Make it brighter. Make it bigger. Now make it bigger. Make it brighter. Now make it right now as bright as you can. Make it as bright as you can. Feel it. Feel how it feels, that essence of just pure light, pure expression, genuine expression pouring all around your body, from your head to your shoulders, to your stomach, to your legs, to your knees, to your feet, all over, just coursing through you, that light. And now, because you think you've made it as bright as you can, make it brighter now. Make it brighter. And breathe that in. And know now in this moment that it's not just a choice, but it's a pure desire to allow that light to express itself in its most genuine way. So you're not going to feel the same way as you did once before. You're not going to feel as if you have to hold back. You're not going to feel as if it really matters the opinions of others, because in this moment you realize your opinion matters most. To be able to look at yourself in the mirror, look into thine own eyes and say, there is nobody else I would have rather been on this adventure. That's what it's all about. So let your light shine bright each and every day. All right, that's that.
Boom.
Your eyes ready.
Boom, man. I told you we were gonna do a lot of value right here. Thank you, man. Thank you for that exercise. Yeah. I was I was laughing inside, because the moment you said imagine your light, I was already like, my light goes beyond this. I'm like, God, make it bigger. I'm like, shit. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. So why don't we open up for questions, man?